Hello everyone, in this particular video I'm going to show you how you can import data inside of Vryno CRM. So to start with, all you have to do is go to the module in which you want to import your data. So let's suppose I want to import data inside of leads module. I'll simply choose the leads module. On the top right corner you would notice three dots. Once you click on them, you will get an option of importing leads. So once you click on that, you will have an option of downloading sample file. Now this kind of gives you the format that is accepted by Vryno. This file basically will have all the fields that are there inside of the leads module in a CSV format. Let me just click on this file and open this for you. So as you would notice, these are all the fields that are there inside of the leads module of Vryno. Now just to cross check, what I can do is I can simply create an add lead and I'll be able to find all those fields over here. And once you cross check, you will find that the fields that you see are the same as that you find inside of Vryno. So let's start with importing one record. So just add the required information right below the field, right below the column with the name of the field. Then you can add phone number to it as well, the company name. And then in case of the pick list, right, you would notice, so lead status is one of the pick list based fields. So you need to make sure that the value that you put inside of the sheet is same as what you have over here. So let's suppose I want to keep it as an active lead. I will simply type active over here. Comes to lead source. Let's suppose this lead has come through Facebook. Then now you would notice there's another field named services. Now this particular field is a multi-select pick list. Once I click on it, you would notice it's a multi-select pick list. Now I'm going to show you how you can import, how you're supposed to import responses for a multi-select pick list field. So let's suppose this particular lead that I've created is looking for migration and support. So the way of writing this is going to be migration, comma, space, support, double inverted commas close. So this is the format up top for importing data inside of a multi-select pick list. Now since I've added all the required information, now all you need to make sure is that while adding information inside of the sheet, you need to make sure that the mandatory fields are covered. There is no mandatory field that does not have information associated in the records that you've created. The one such mandatory field that I've left is the owner. You can mention the name of the individual who's supposed to work on this lead. And once you're done, you can simply save this sheet. There you go. Now let me go back to the CRM. Just click on the three dots again, import leads. Now you have two options. One is you can go by the default mapping that the system provides you with, or else you can also deactivate this to create your own mapping. So simply choose the file, click on next. It's then going to give you two options. One is you want to add the data that you are basically that is there in the sheet. You want to add them as create a new lead out of them, or you want to update existing leads only. So once you choose add as new leads, which we basically are discussing in this video, next thing that it would ask you is if there is any specific field that you would like to choose for duplicate handling. So in case there is a lead already inside of the system with the email address that is mentioned in the sheet that you're about to import in one of the records, it's going to skip that record. Then click on next, give it a name. And just give it a name, so that, because these bulk import mapping can be reused later, so just make sure that you give it a name that's relevant. Okay, so first I need to give this user a permission to be able to create bulk import mapping. You can do that through the roles and permissions. Go to instance admin. This is where you will find the bulk import mapping section. Now you can, I just give this particular individual the permission to create a bulk import mapping. Like I can click on import leads, uncheck the bulk import, the use of default mapping, because I want to create a mapping for myself. Upload the file, click on next, choose whatever field you want to use as the base of duplicate handling. Then give this mapping a name. So that you remember what is happening in this particular mapping. And now you would notice the mapping will appear in front of you. It's going to show the fields that are there inside of the file that you imported into the system, and the fields that are there inside of CRM. Now you can map each and every field that is there with the inside of the file with that present inside of the CRM, right? So it's just saying, so if you, as I scroll down, you can see that all the fields are already mapped. So now, since everything is good to go, you can also, so in case you want, so if you're uploading multiple leads, there might be a situation where you don't want to trigger automation. When I say automation, an example of it could be notifying the owner as and when a lead is assigned to them. So in case you are assigning 3,000 or 4,000 leads to one individual through a particular bulk import, this would lead to a lot of emails coming as notification to that very individual. So in case you want to turn it off in such cases, you can always do that. Otherwise you can leave it on. And once you're done mapping, you can save it. There you go. The bulk import job has been created and the mapping has been saved as well. So now if I want to check what is up with the file that I just imported, I can simply go to my profile, click on bulk import. This is where you'll be able to see all the modules in the left hand side are there in the system. When I go to the leads module, inside of the jobs, it's showing me the file that I just imported. The status is pending. And when I go to mapping, I'll be able to see all the mapping that I've created. So if at all I want to reuse this mapping in future, I don't, and this mapping basically creates leads while keeping email as the criteria for duplicacy checklists. So if in case I want to reuse this particular bulk import mapping, I don't have to go follow the entire procedure again. All I can do is come to the bulk import, click, come to leads, then click on mapping, and after that I can choose this. Once I click on it, all I have to do is import the file, and the same mapping that you had created will be reused in this import. Now let me just go back to the jobs, and there you go. It's saying that the bulk import is completed. Yes, the status is saying that the bulk lead has been created inside of the system. Let me go to the leads module and check whether that lead has been created. There you go. All the data that you entered in this lead has been added to the system, and even in the services, since it was a multi-select pick list, you'll notice that both the fields that I had added to the sheet within double inverted commas separated by a comma have been added as services or response to the services field. So this basically was a demonstration of how you can do add leads via bulk import or add records to any module. So if you are looking to add records to any other module, the procedure is going to be the same. There is no difference, and now you'll basically, through this procedure, you'll be able to add leads or add or bulk import records to any of the required modules. If in the next video we're going to talk about how to update existing leads, so we are gonna discuss that later in the next video. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to drop those in the comment section. We'll be more than happy to address those. And yep, thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great day ahead.